The novel begins in England, where a young solicitor, Jonathan Harker, is preparing to travel to Transylvania. He is engaged to Mina, a sensible and devoted young woman, to whom he writes letters detailing his journey. Jonathan's mission is to assist a mysterious client, Count Dracula, with legal paperwork regarding a property the Count wishes to acquire in London. From the beginning, there is a sense of foreboding. The story's epistolary format immediately allows readers to experience Jonathan's personal anxieties. As Jonathan travels by train and then stagecoach into the Carpathian Mountains, he notices the locals' fear. Villagers react with suspicion and warnings when they hear he is visiting Dracula, hinting at the Count's supernatural nature. This initial tension builds an atmosphere of Gothic horror, establishing the novel's tone. Upon arrival, Jonathan is struck by Dracula's castle, an ancient fortress perched high on a cliff, imposing and eerie. He is greeted by Count Dracula, whose physical appearance is immediately unsettling: pale skin, sharp features, piercing eyes, and inhuman strength. The Count's initial politeness and charm conceal a menacing aura, and Jonathan gradually realizes that he is effectively a prisoner. The castle's dark corridors, secret passages, and nighttime rituals enhance the sense of entrapment and suspense. During his confinement, Jonathan witnesses Dracula's supernatural abilities, including his nocturnal habits and hints of shape-shifting. The Count's inhuman powers appearing in multiple places at once, climbing walls, and vanishing into mist terrify Jonathan. He keeps a detailed diary, which becomes a central narrative device for the reader, allowing insight into his fear, rationalizations, and gradual understanding of the Count's true nature. Jonathan's attempts to escape are slow and tense. Each day, he observes Dracula's strange behaviors, including feeding habits, avoidance of sunlight, and interactions with unseen creatures. This establishes Dracula not merely as a human antagonist but as a monstrous, supernatural predator, creating the novel's core horror element. Chapter 4-6. Mina and Lucy Westenra. While Jonathan is trapped in Transylvania, the narrative shifts to England. Mina, his fiancée, writes letters to her friend Lucy Westenra, a vivacious and beautiful young woman. Lucy is engaged to Arthur Holmwood, though she also receives proposals from Dr. John Seward and Quincy Morris, creating a subtle romantic subplot that adds emotional depth. Lucy begins to experience strange symptoms: extreme fatigue, paleness, and sleepwalking. Her decline is gradual, heightening suspense as the reader anticipates an impending threat. Dr. Seward, who runs a nearby sanatorium, is puzzled by her mysterious illness and initially treats it as a medical condition. However, the subtle, supernatural elements begin to surface.
Lucy's weakness is not ordinary, and the presence of an external malevolent force is implied. Jonathan manages to escape Dracula's castle, barely surviving the Count's attentions, and returns to England. He brings with him a harrowing account of Dracula's abilities and intentions, revealing that the Count aims to expand his influence beyond Transylvania, targeting London's population, and specifically Lucy and Mina. This sets the stage for Dracula's direct threat in England, intensifying the suspense. Chapter 7-10. Lucy's decline in Van Helsing's heir Valicie's health continues to deteriorate despite medical care. She suffers from fainting, night terrors, and episodes of sleepwalking. Van Helsing, a Dutch professor and expert in obscure diseases, is summoned. He quickly identifies that Lucy is the victim of a vampire's influence, a shocking revelation to the English characters. Van Helsing introduces methods to protect Lucy: garlic, crucifixes, and vigilant monitoring. Despite these precautions, Lucy eventually succumbs to Dracula's attacks. This tragic sequence underscores the stakes, illustrating the Count's relentless and supernatural power. The vampire's attack is not merely physical but also psychological, as Lucy experiences haunting dreams and a growing sense of doom. The narrative skillfully maintains tension. The reader experiences Lucy's vulnerability, the group's helplessness, and Dracula's cunning. Her death and transformation into a vampire create an emotionally charged moment that also advances the plot. Now, Dracula has established a foothold in England. Chapter 11-15. The vampire hunt begins following Lucy's transformation. Van Helsing, Jonathan, Mina, Dr. Seward, Arthur, and Quincy they strategize to protect Mina, who has begun to exhibit psychic sensitivity to Dracula's presence. Mina becomes a central character because of her connection to the Count, which Dracula uses to mislead and manipulate the group. The group identifies clues about Dracula's lairs in England, tracing his movements with a combination of intuition, observation, and investigative methods. Each encounter with the Count heightens suspense. He moves with incredible speed, appears in unexpected places, and uses his supernatural powers to evade capture. The group's efforts are methodical, but danger is constant. During this period, the story explores themes of courage, friendship, and moral responsibility. The protagonist must confront evil directly, relying on intelligence, faith, and each other. Mina's resilience and Jonathan's determination are contrasted with Dracula's cunning and horror, emphasizing the human versus supernatural struggle that defines the novel. Chapter 16 to 20. Mina under Dracula's influence. Dracula successfully establishes a psychic connection with Mina through hypnosis and blood exchange. This connection provides him access to the group's plans and thoughts,
significantly raising the stakes. Mina begins to experience visions and distressing premonitions, and her vulnerability becomes a narrative device to heighten suspense and tension. The group continues to track Dracula, locating his multiple hiding places both in London and across the English countryside. Each encounter with the Count tests their bravery and knowledge, as they must use traditional vampire hunting methods, staking sacred symbols, and clever tactics. Dracula's attacks are sudden, terrifying, and often near fatal, emphasizing his supernatural dominance and the horror elements of the story. The narrative also deepens character development. Mina shows intelligence, courage, and loyalty, while Jonathan struggles with guilt and fear over his fiancée's danger. Van Helsing demonstrates wisdom, strategic thinking, and unwavering moral clarity, guiding the group through perilous situations. Chapter 21 to 25. The Pursuit Across Europe. With Mina's safety still in jeopardy, the group decides to pursue Dracula back to his homeland. They gather clues from various incidents, strange attacks, Mina's psychic impressions, and Jonathan's prior knowledge of the Transylvanian landscape. The chase extends across England and continental Europe, building tension and suspense. Dracula's cunning is at its peak. He manipulates the environment, attacks strategically, and continues to exploit Mina's connection. The group's determination, however, grows stronger. They move systematically, coordinating their efforts and using a combination of science, superstition, and human intuition to locate Dracula's lairs. The story maintains Gothic horror elements throughout. Dark forests, remote castles, foggy landscapes, and eerie atmospheres contribute to the tension. Each encounter with Dracula showcases his supernatural powers, shape-shifting, superhuman speed, and terrifying strength, while human ingenuity gradually narrows the distance between predator and prey. Chapter 26 to 30. The Final Confrontation. The climax of the novel occurs as the group tracks Dracula to Transylvania. In a tense and action-filled sequence, they confront the Count in his castle and on the surrounding roads. Dracula's supernatural abilities make him a formidable foe. He attacks with ferocity, evades capture, and attempts to harm Mina directly. Using traditional methods, including staking, holy symbols, and cunning strategy, the group corners Dracula. Mina and Jonathan display exceptional courage, risking their lives to protect each other and assist Van Helsing. The final struggle is intense, blending suspense, horror, and emotional resolution. Ultimately, Dracula is defeated and his reign of terror ends. His death symbolizes the triumph of human morality, courage, and intelligence over supernatural evil. Mina and Jonathan are finally safe, and the narrative concludes with closure for the protagonists while reinforcing the Gothic themes of the novel.